Emperor Palpatine's royal guards are among the most skilled warriors in the galaxy and are fiercely loyal to Palpatine. So why does Darth Vader hate them? During the latter days of the Galactic Republic, Supreme Chancellor Palpatine created the Red Guard, his own personal security force separate from the Senate Guard. Following the formation of the Galactic Empire, the Emperor renamed them as the Imperial Royal Guard and abolished the Senate Security Force. Handpicked from the top soldiers in the Imperial Army, they were trained to be utterly loyal, carrying out the Emperor's every command. Palpatine ordered royal guards to protect Darth Vader in his castle on Mustafar. Vader, though, was aware they were actually stationed to monitor his every move and report back to the Emperor, stopping the Dark Lord from conspiring to overthrow his master. At times, Palpatine would use the guards in lessons for his apprentice as a reminder they were also a physical threat. Did you know Luke Skywalker faced the Knights of Ren and dominated them with his mastery of the Force? 19 years after the Battle of Yavin, Luke Skywalker, with his Padawan Ben Solo and Lor San Tekka, went in search of a Jedi outpost on the planet Elfrona. Discovering a treasure trove of Jedi artifacts, Luke and Ben sense a cold presence as the Knights of Ren step out of the shadows. Refusing Luke's offer to leave, the Knights attack. Luke easily handles the 7 opponents through an impressive display of his mastery in the Force, disarming the Knights and shattering their weapons. Knowing they are bested, Ren, the Knights' leader, agrees to leave and then calls out how powerful Luke's apprentice is in the shadow, the power the Knights call on. Refusing to address the issue, Luke informs Ren it is time for them to leave. Offering Ben an alternative to life as a Jedi, Ren unknowingly reinforces the beliefs Snoke is already planting in the young man's conflicted mind. In the Season 2 finale of The Mandalorian, Moff Gideon was terrified when Luke Skywalker arrived. But why would this confident Imperial leader respond in terror to a single person with a lightsaber? 5 years after Return of the Jedi, Luke Skywalker, the last Jedi, had become a legend in the Imperial ranks. Having destroyed one of the Death Stars himself, he was also witnessed entering the Emperor's throne room as a prisoner, and then exiting with a dying, mutilated Darth Vader. Not to mention, the Emperor himself was never heard from again. Moff Gideon is experiencing the horror of watching a single cloaked figure easily walk through and destroy his deadly army of Dark Trooper combat droids with a lightsaber. There is only one person in the galaxy this could be, and the legend of that person terrifies the Imperial warlord. When Darth Sidious captured Maul during the Clone Wars, he informed his former apprentice he has more uses for him. There was one very key use we never got to see, as that story arc was never produced. However, it was told in the Son of Dathomir comic series. Sidious used Maul as bait to draw out the only person he feared, Mother Talzin, the clan mother of the Night Sisters, a coven of Force-sensitive witches on the planet Dathomir who used dark side magics. Sidious feared her because she had the potential to challenge his plans. She had proven herself capable by fighting Mace Windu to a stalemate, and she nearly killed Count Dooku from across the galaxy. Sidious knew she would appear if Maul called to her. What he did not know was that Mother Talzin was already aware of the trap the Sith were laying. It's revealed that Maul is her son, as she drains Dooku's life energy and returns fully rejuvenated. She confronts Sidious. Maul and Dooku each provide their support in the struggle, but a separatist invasion fleet arrives at that moment. Forcing Maul to flee, Mother Talzin holds off the Sith long enough for her son to escape, sacrificing herself in the process. How did Darth Vader find out about Exegol? After tempting Luke Skywalker on Bespin, Darth Vader set out to confront those who hid his son from him. Upset with Vader's uprising, Palpatine tortured his apprentice, leaving his broken body on Mustafar with the directive to rebuild himself without the use of the Force. At the Techno-Union installation, Vader repairs his body with ancient battle droid parts, as his master adds to the dark side lesson, sending Ochi of Bestoon to kill his apprentice. During their confrontation, Ochi mentions the Emperor is building power. Obsessed with discovering where his master is doing this, Vader follows a voice in the Force to the Eye of Webbish Bog. Providing Vader with a Sith Wayfinder, the Eye challenges Vader that if he has been chosen, do his choices even matter? Plugging the Wayfinder into the Jedi starfighter he had flown to Mustafar nearly 2 decades before, Vader follows the navigation points to the planet Exegol. Showing his apprentice everything being developed on the Sith planet, the Emperor's lesson is complete. Vader is once again focused on the dark side of the Force and is chosen to share in the power his master is building. Here are 3 things people typically get wrong about Star Wars. Number 1. Starships travel at light speed. Most people see starships increase speed and assume they are traveling across the galaxy at faster than the speed of light. This is not the case. The ships are actually jumping in and out of an alternate dimension called hyperspace to get where they need to go. Number 2. The statement less than 12 parsecs is a mistake. Han Solo boasts the Millennium Falcon made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. Many believe this is an error since a parsec is a measurement of distance, not time. However, the statement is accurate. The closer a pilot is prepared to risk flying to black holes in the maw, the shorter the distance traveled due to their space-time distortion. Number 3. Yoda destroyed the Jedi texts. In The Last Jedi, Yoda unleashes lightning to destroy the tree housing the ancient Jedi writings. But Yoda does this to prove a point to Luke, not to destroy the books. Yoda is aware Rey has taken the books and stored them on the Millennium Falcon, so he knows they are safe. Why does Mace Windu have the only purple-bladed lightsaber in the Jedi Order? According to George Lucas's initial concept, good guys would have blue lightsabers, while the bad guys would have red. Green was added in Return of the Jedi, so Luke Skywalker's lightsaber would stand out from the blue sky in exterior shots. Then, in Attack of the Clones, Mace Windu appeared wielding a purple blade. In Legends, the color of the blade was determined by the color of the kyber crystal used during lightsaber construction. Now in canon, the force ability of the wielder determines the blade color as they bond with their crystal. So why is the blade of Mace Windu's lightsaber purple? A wide-held theory is because he walks closer to the dark side than most Jedi. In the novel Master and Apprentice by Claudia Gray, Obi-Wan states that most blades are blue or green, but a few turn purple. So Mace Windu's purple blade is not entirely unique, as other Jedi have wielded this rare color. Did you know Darth Sidious designed his lightsabers to be an affront to the Jedi? Palpatine and his master Darth Plagueis both believed a Sith's merit is based on their strength in and control of the dark side, not their skill with a lightsaber. Even Palpatine's mastery of Form 7 proved the Jedi were inferior. Few Jedi studied this form as it was forbidden without consent from the Jedi Council. Constructing his lightsabers from expensive metals flew in the face of the self-sacrificing lifestyle of the Jedi. He then finished them in electrum, a process and material reserved only for those of specific rank inside the Jedi Order. In addition, he concealed one of the weapons in a sculpture on the desk of his office, where he regularly met with Jedi Masters over the course of the Clone Wars. The Sith Grand Plan relied on manipulation, superior intelligence, and patience. The fact he no longer needed the ancient weapon to destroy the Jedi Order was the ultimate mockery. What happened when Darth Vader met Anakin Skywalker's childhood friends? Informed a colony of freed Tatooine slaves was being neglected by their Imperial governor, Darth Vader investigated to confirm the report was true. Discovering some of the colonists had built a pod racer from salvage, Vader demanded to know who they are, and he came face to face with his childhood friends Kitster and Wald. Taken back to his time as a child on Tatooine, Vader stormed off, seemingly dismissing his former friends. But sensing something was not right, he positioned himself to defend the colony from an invading army of indigenous life. Understanding the governor is neglecting her people, his friends, Vader had an arsenal sent down from his Star Destroyer to equip the colonists to protect and sustain themselves. Even though Vader denies it, Anakin is still clearly buried deep down somewhere inside that black armor. Count Dooku's lightsaber was one of the most deadly ever made by a Jedi Knight. But what made it so dangerous? Early in his Jedi training, Dooku discovered that he had an innate talent for lightsaber dueling. While most Jedi at this time chose to learn to commune deeper with the Force, Dooku leaned into his hand-to-hand combat abilities and became a master of Makashi. This form, designed for lightsaber-to-lightsaber duels, was seen as an odd choice by other Jedi, as it was considered obsolete in a time when Jedi were more likely to face blaster-wielding opponents. Upon attaining the rank of Jedi Master, Dooku wanted to create a superior lightsaber, so he studied the Jedi archives. He wanted his new lightsaber to focus on offensive attacks and not purely defense. He custom designed the curved hilt to enhance his Makashi fighting style. The weapon provided better blade control while increasing precision and strength, while also confusing Jedi by slightly changing the angle of attack. When Dooku became a Sith, he kept his curved hilt, knowing any Jedi would have a difficult time beating him in lightsaber combat.